Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to week 4, or the first month of Fitness Friday. We made it through 4 weeks and through January. That flew by, but I'm happy you guys are here so that we can focus on your health and your fitness when it comes to the new year and 2021. And so for today, this was patient choice, and throughout the week or throughout the month, I've been working on a lot of patients that have had complaints when it comes to their knees, their ankles, and their hips, right? And so I thought it was a great opportunity to introduce rehab exercises or rehabilitation exercises when it comes to those body parts, right? And to give you some background, I worked as a rehab tech for a year with patients that had recovering from meniscus injuries, ACL surgeries, hip replacements, ankle sprains and tears, and the lower extremity when it comes to rehabbing those body parts. It's not just one muscle or exercise. You have to work on the entire lower extremity. And so let's start with some of the big things. And what I wanted to introduce is barefoot training. And so obviously, I'm not saying when you go to the gym, take your shoes off and be training without, your shoes or socks on. But when you're at home and you can really get the most out of these exercises when it comes to rehab for the knees or the hips or even your foot, try and go barefoot. What's interesting is your foot is made up of 26 bones, 30 joints, and more than 100 muscles or ligaments. And the whole concept is while you're working out is to be able to, we're wearing shoes all day. Okay. And so when you're exercising, you're going to be able to get that proprioception or that neuro input, brain body perception that's really going to help propel your recovery. And so I'm taking off my shoes right now. And when we go through these, I want you to also have your shoes off, especially if you're at home in the comfort of your home. So let's dive in. The first one we're going to do is we're going to start from the bottom up, and we're going to do our band, plantar, and dorsiflexion. So I have my nice long trusty bands here, and what I'm going to have you do is we're going to start here at the end of our table or bed. I take my band, I wrap it around my feet. The key here is you do 1 foot or 2 feet. I like 2 feet because you got to be balanced both ways. Pull some on it and really and slowly dorsiflex your feet, or kind of point your toes away and then stretch them out and put your toes in the nose, okay? And so I really want you to the calf muscles here stretch as well as your ankle. When I work on people, they have very weak dorsiflexion or toes to nose, okay? And so this is what I want you to focus on. Even switch it off to 1 foot, really add some tension there, and go toe to nose, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. What I also want you to focus on after doing our set of 20 is try and stretch out those calf muscles too, right? So as I'm doing this, I like to do a couple calf raises here. You can't really see it, but I'm making sure that I'm feeling my calf muscles after I do my 20 dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, toes to nose stretch with the band, okay? Add some resistance there. So that starts with the feet. Really get an idea of feel your feet into the ground, right? Feel it. The next one we're going to do is for the knee. And so I have a couple things here. One, I take that same band and I tie it into a little circle here. I'm going to put that around my knees here. These are called clams. And so when I do these, one, I do these sideways on my elbow in a plank position. And the key here is to not let your hips open up, right? I want to feel this in the gluteus medius on the outside of my glutes here, my IT band, and give myself stability. And so while I'm doing this is I open up and I close, okay? And I feel this, and I'm not rotating my hips, right? That's the biggest thing I don't want you to do. I want you to have enough tightness through the band and just do a set of 20 for this. Now you should be feeling this in the hip, the IT band, the glutes, and obviously we're going to do a set of 10 here and then switch sides and do a set of 10. Once you're done with clams, it's that time of the year where you can find a very deflated soccer ball, basketball in your place. We're going to do the opposite now. Take this ball, put it in between your knees here, lean back, and I want you to squeeze this ball 20 times between your legs, right? These are the adductors, okay? And these are some of the muscles that the vastus medialis, the inside parts of our legs and knees, are so important when it comes to knee stability and knee strength, okay? So I want you to do 20 of these, all right? So clams outside, squeezes or adductors on the inside. So 10, 10, 20 total for this. And then lastly, and probably my most favorite knee exercise, this is going to be called squish the towel or terminal knee extensions. Now you can do these standing up, but I wanted to show you guys how you can do these kneeling down. I have a towel here rolled up. You can use your foam roller or something, but you put that right underneath your knee. You lean back, and what I want you to feel is you squeezing or pushing that towel into the table, right? I want you to feel your quads get activated here, and you can see that I'm kicking my leg up even too, all right? And so obviously for both knees, I want you to do this 10 to 20 times, all right? Feel it and squeeze it and hold it at the top. Hold it for the top for about a second. All right, so we went through the ankles, we went through the knees. The next thing we're gonna do is probably one of the most important ones, which is a hip flexor stretch. And I gotta give out a shout out to Dr. Jared. Him and I were talking about this one yesterday, and this is so important. So we go in a lunge position here, right? Four, I'm making sure everything is 90 degrees, 90 degrees. And then I'm stretching my left hip flexor when my right leg's up here, okay? And so what I like to do one is I put my arms up like this, okay? I wanna feel it, total body stretch. And the key is to bring your hips forward and then sit back, all right? And I'm feeling this stretch. I want you to hold this stretch for 30 seconds. And each time 10 seconds goes by, take a deep breath, use your diaphragm, and then sink a little bit deeper, okay? Deep breath, sink a little bit deeper. And ooh, I feel that in that left hip flexor. I really do, okay? And then we reset, switch legs. We go here, 90, 90, arms up, stretch that hip flexor out. Deep breath, engage your diaphragm, go deeper, all right? And now another good one for the hip flexors too are called good mornings, all right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my band and I'm gonna step on it, okay? I'm gonna hold it here at my arm level here, and the key is to do a hip hinge, right? So basically, I'm standing nice and tall, I'm holding onto the band for resistance, and what I do is I bend down just at the hips, I come down, I kind of have a 45-degree angle, maybe almost 90 for my back, and then I come back up in the band. The key is when you're coming back up, all right? So these are called good mornings, which is great because it's a Friday morning and the sun's shining, and you're gonna feel the muscles that I want you to feel work, which is the glutes and part of the back muscles here when you're coming up, okay? And really feel your pelvis go forward as you're rocking up. So you can see my form here, boom. Those are good mornings. And now the last one is going to be total band leg lift. So we have our band here. We're gonna put it around our ankles. I'm gonna lower the screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing here when it comes to this. But so I have the band around my legs here, right? And so as I'm going through all these exercises, what you're basically gonna do is kick your leg out, going this way, right? Kind of kick that leg out. Let's see. Let's make it work. Let's go on top of the table. I don't advise you guys going on top of the table, but I want you guys to see this. These are the best ones. Total body here. Okay, ready? Flexion out. 10 times. Then we go sideways. Out. 10 times. Then we go backwards. Work the glutes. 10 times. All right, good form. Nice and tall. And then you go across your body 10 times. All right. There we go. All right, so I want you guys to go through these. This is total lower extremity rehab exercises that I always used on people when it came to hip recovery, knee recovery, and ankles. As always, I'm out of breath. Great way to start my morning. But I hope you guys really take advantage of these when it comes to doing them and go for 2 rounds today as well. All right, so next week, it's a great segue. We're going to be going into knee stability, lunges, and gait. All right, so hope you guys had a great week. As always, stay fit.